Hi, welcome to Finding the Word. It's Melanie Brown, and the word today is heavy. And you know how this works. The word comes from whatever's going on in life, whatever I'm walking through, whatever difficult thing or wonderful thing. If there's a word I hear, a word that drops in my spirit in the situation, it takes me to the Bible, to the word, to find out what is God saying? What is it he wants me to know? What is the encouragement or instruction? God shared this with me 13 years ago, and it has been a pleasure to be able to share it consistently now for over a year. So the word heavy is coming from just that. In life, of course, we all have different things that we're dealing with. We are supposed to get our armor on. We're supposed to stay praised up and worshiped up. And these are the things that guard us against getting knocked down. They're the things that help us. But we know there are times when there's weakness because he has said that his strength is made perfect in our weakness. So we know there's times when we are struggling. And there's times when the enemy gets in through various ways. That's a whole other conversation. But when that happens and things get piled on, and maybe you are slipping in the area of your praise and taking the time we need to take, I can admit there are times that maybe my armor's not on tight. I didn't take care of everything in every area. And then it feels heavy. And we're coming to the Lord because we are burdened down with the things that are going on. And this past week or so has had a lot of things, and I have felt that. And so heavy took me to the scriptures to see what is it saying. And I'm going to look for encouragement and pray there is encouragement for you if you are dealing with anything heavy as well. The first scripture is in Ecclesiastes. It's chapter 11, verse 3. I'm reading 1 through 6, and this is on the uncertainties of life. Send your grain across the seas, and in time profits will flow back to you. But divide your investments among many places, for you do not know what risks might lie ahead. When clouds are heavy, the rains come down. Whether a tree falls north or south, it stays where it falls. Farmers who wait for perfect weather never plant. If they watch every cloud, they never harvest. Just as you cannot understand the path of the wind or the mystery of a tiny baby growing in its mother's womb, so you cannot understand the activity of God, who does all things. Plant your seed in the morning and keep busy all afternoon, for you don't know if profit will come from one activity or another, or maybe both. I'm really seeing in the beginning of this, the common theme is you really can't see it. You're trusting. There's trust and there's faith involved that the work that's being done is being done through God, who does all things. So if you're sending your grain across the seas, you're not there, you can't see it, but the promise is in time, it flows back to you. When we are doing the things God's saying, we may not see all that's going on at that time. We're just doing so in trust and faith and belief that it's going to flow back and bring a harvest of growth in faith and trust and love and all kinds of things. And then you divide among many places. And so this lets you know not to put all your eggs in one basket. You don't know the risks, so you are just going to be diversified. In verse 3, when the clouds are heavy, it says the rain comes down. Whether a tree falls north or south, it stays where it falls. There are facts involved in the principles and things in life. There are simply truths that do not change. It's what it is. That's what this is stating here. And that you cannot sit around and wait for things to be perfect, because we're trying to figure things out in our minds. We're trying to determine things based on what we feel and what we can see, but we don't know. God does all things and he knows all things. We're not going to understand it all. We're not. We see what's going on there, but there are mysteries. Some things are fact and we can see just what it is, and some things are mysteries. And it's saying plant in the morning, stay busy in the afternoon. What I see is you don't sit and watch it. You don't sit and just wait. Oh, I hope this, I hope that. You go about your business. Part of the heaviness I was feeling, admittedly, is because I'm saying, all right, Lord, I'm giving this to you. I got to go forward. I'm not sure how this is going to work. And then I'm sitting there like, okay, all right. Well, I'm revisiting. I'm circling back around. I'm not going on about my business. We must do just what it's saying. Plant your seed in the morning. Do what it is you can do because it could be over here, it could be over there. So you could be watching this side and it's coming from this side. Don't sit around trying to watch. Just do what you're supposed to do. Stay busy and go on with what it is. And you may have it coming from one side or the other or both. The blessings, though, will be coming. The next scripture is Matthew. This is chapter 11, verse 28 is where heavy is. We're reading 25 through 30. Now, at that time, Jesus prayed this prayer: "Oh, Father, Lord of heaven and earth, thank you for hiding these things from those who think themselves wise and clever, and for revealing them to the childlike." Yes, Father, it pleased you to do it this way. My Father has entrusted everything to me. No one truly knows the Son except the Father, and no one truly knows the Father except the Son, and those to whom the Son chooses to reveal him. Then Jesus said, "Come to me, all of you who are weary and carry heavy burdens, and I will give you rest. Take my yoke upon you. Let me teach you, because I am humble and gentle at heart, and you will find rest for your souls. For my yoke is easy to bear, and the burden I give you is light." It does no good to be thinking that you're clever, to think yourself wise about all of these things. This is what the Pharisees were doing, the religious leaders of the time. And Christ was saying, God reveals all of the things to us. He wanted to do it in a way where it's not because you're so wise. We know the wisdom, true wisdom, comes from God, but it is because you're childlike. That is that faith, that is that trust, that is the belief, that is true love and forgiveness. Those childlike qualities are what Christ was thanking God for, saying, this is who you are revealing these things to. What's really a blessing to me here right now is the fact that Christ is saying, "Come to me, all of you who are weary and carry heavy burdens, and I will give you rest." The religious leaders at that time were putting very heavy burdens on everyone, burdens that they could not bear, and making it seem as though this is what has to happen in order for you to be in with the Lord in his graces and in his mercy. And it was more than what people could take. He has a humble heart, a gentle heart. He is wanting you to find rest with him. His yoke is easy to bear. His burden he gives is light. He's saying, you need to take this one upon you. I do not intend for you to be carrying this type of load. Come with me. And this is what I'm feeling right now. I'm receiving this and finding such a blessing in this word, because the heaviness of the things that were going on in the last week or so that I feel like I had to carry and deal with and take on, Christ is saying, no, you do not. You can give this to me. Come to me if you're weary and have these heavy burdens. There's rest there. There are all kinds of things. It can be in the area of our finances. It can be just trying to make it. The gas prices are high. I had just enough for the week, and now I can't even get through the week. My gas is not lasting, and therefore when I got to put the more money in the tank for the gas, it's taking away from the other things that I need to do. When the electric bill and all has gone up and increased, and then the gas has increased at the same time, now our food is hard to cover, because it's up to, when you have parents who are maybe ill, or you're dealing with dementia, and it's a struggle, and you're weary and it's heavy because there is a diagnosis, or because your child has special needs and you're trying to walk through and navigate that. And some days you're feeling very strong and everything's okay and you're praised up and everything's going well and you can take it. Seems like it's good. And then other times you're not. And then it feels heavy. There's the people in abusive relationships. There's people who are in court right now or have a date coming up because of something that a loved one has done that has shocked them, that they got to walk through, or just there are so many things. We could be here all day talking about things that can be very heavy. But Christ is saying here, come to me, all you who are weary and carry heavy burdens, and I will give you rest. He didn't say maybe, but he said he will. So I have learned this week that this is true. We just have to be careful that when we start to feel this way, we realize that we're taking on things that we don't have to. We have forgotten for a moment who we need to go to give these burdens to, and that he is indeed going to take them. And we will find rest for our souls. We just have to stand on the promises when things do get heavy. Don't forget to find the word, and I will see you tomorrow.